Ezekiel was a priest who lived as an exile in Babylon. When he was 30, the heavens opened up and he saw the spectacular vision of God, a beautiful throne, otherworldly creatures, angels, the glory of the Lord. He fell face down at God's awesomeness, just like everybody else did. And God said, stand up, I want to talk to you. I'm sending you to your people in Judah, and they won't listen to you any more than they listen to me. But eat this scroll, then go and give them my messages. In a very unique way, God used Ezekiel to illustrate to the Jews what was going to happen to them. Ezekiel prophesied about the despicable things they were doing and thinking in their minds. And he even prophesied what would happen to those nations who would rejoice over Jerusalem's destruction. And just like Isaiah and Jeremiah, Ezekiel prophesied about a time when God would restore them. You remember the song about the dry bones? God was telling his people, the Jews, that he would restore them and bring them back to the land he gave them after they'd been scattered across the whole world. Now, just to be clear, this wasn't a prophecy about them returning from Babylon. This was a future prophecy, because the only time that the Jews were scattered to the whole world was after 40 years after Jesus came, around 70 A.D., when the second temple was destroyed by the Romans. God told them, and through Ezekiel, that he was going to scatter them, but he would bring them back to the land. It'd be almost 2,000 years before the Jews were able to return to their homeland in 1948. Now, Ezekiel, as well as Isaiah, Daniel, and the other prophets, all foretold about a Messiah, a Savior, coming to the Jews, one who would deliver them from all of their enemies and bring eternal peace to the whole world. So consequently, the Jews were looking for this powerful God they often encountered to take over the world for them and destroy their enemies, or at least a mighty warrior who would come and conquer all the nations that had persecuted them. They were certainly not expecting a kind, gentle carpenter from the ghetto. The leaders were like, he cannot be it. Yet Jesus was God, who came first to deliver them from their worst enemy, sin. Now, we do expect Jesus to return like he said he would any day now. Not like a lamb, this time like a lion. And as the prophets foretold, their Messiah, and now ours too, will be king in Israel, and he will make his home in Jerusalem forever, and the enemies of Israel will know that God chose them as his very own.